Well, Portuguese-based Torere Macadamias is not only adding value to the business via their own food products and macadamia trees for sale, they're also benefiting the wider macadamia industry through ongoing studies and trials in conjunction with organisations such as Plant and Food Research. General Manager Vanessa Hayes began her macadamia journey 35 years ago.
Torere Macadamias is a small family company that's totally about macadamias. So right from the very beginning, starting the industry from the rootstock to the grafting the right varieties to producing products that are high nutrient value. Also developing the industry by incorporating training and education for growers who want to be involved. So this area where the nursery is 2 hectares. It's also our New Zealand research trial block for the different varieties. We have 9 hectares, that is our producing orchard. Still not fully planted out yet, but we're getting there. The yields, we were achieving between 12 and up to 15 tonne. That has levelled off slightly because we've dedicated 1 block to plant and food for research, and we've also chosen an area that we're using for the research of the rootstock, so those seed nuts. So that's level until our new plantings have been done. We harvest the nuts, dry them, send them to the factory to get processed. I then choose different products that I would like to eat myself, and those products are developed and we have those packaged. We have farmers market, we have a range of growers and outlets, and because everything here is grown organically, those are the markets that we target. We have bus tours. We actually show them through the nursery and around the farm. They sample products. That increases our sales, if you like, on our online shop. So until we get a factory and have a cafe where we can actually sell the products direct from there as well, we are limited to online and the market and our separate outlets. I researched around New Zealand and sourced all the New Zealand varieties that dropped, and then started importing varieties from overseas that were suitable for cooler climates that dropped as well. In New Zealand, the only varieties that were readily available were the picking varieties. Macadamias have a bad habit of having prickly leaves, so if you have a look at these are smooth leaves. So with the dropping varieties, most of them had smooth leaves, easy to work with, and with the dropping varieties, they're not labour-free, but definitely a lot less labour intensive. Once I'd sorted out which varieties were ready when, and if they met the style size, which is the holes, once they met that criteria, then I went through the taste profile. We have a reputation of having the biggest and the best tasting macadamias in the world, but we didn't know why or how, other than me eliminating those that didn't taste good. So the next lot of research was to find out what is there in our macadamias that make them taste so good. I had been trying to pursue this line of research for a long time, and Plant and Food have been really supportive in trying to get us to that stage where we could obtain funding to identify the, if you like, the nutrients in the macadamia kernels. So in 2022, we ended up getting between us funding from High Value Nutrition New Zealand in the Science Challenge to do a full analysis of the macadamia kernels.
We have a small set of research programs happening here with Vanessa at Torere Orchard, and mainly focused around flowering and the control of flowering, which obviously if you get too much variation in the timing of flowering, you get a lot of variation in the maturity of the crop, which means you've got a really long extended harvesting period. So if we can understand more what's controlling the time of flowering in the New Zealand situation, then we can develop ways to try and compress that flowering period and thus compress the harvesting period and take a lot of the cost out of the system. We've been collecting samples from these trial trees for a couple of years now. At one of the projects that's happening continuously is just looking at the variability within the trees and crop and the nut quality.
Most of the macadamia varieties that we sell from Torere have been bred to fruit within 3 years. It takes from 3 years to 7 years to get a full-size crop, but 3 years is the normal time. The real challenges are all about soil life and the health of the soil. We can sort of replicate the originality by doing foliage, leaf foliage and silo on the ground, etc., to help them. But it's mainly around irrigation if it's needed, frost protection and windbreaks if it's needed at all. We've done a lot of research on pests in New Zealand, and green vegetable bug is the main one, but we found that most of the green vegetable bug varieties are the ones with high sugar levels, so we've eliminated them out of our nursery altogether.
So this nursery, at the moment we have capacity for 50,000. We've just got a whole lot of plants ready to go out, and we're replenishing that with the new seedlings that are being potted up today. Macadamia business to me is where the future is in horticulture, especially in the regional areas, because you can grow them organically. There is so much potential around the nutrients that are being found in the macadamias. They're so easy to grow, and to me it's utilising areas, small areas of land that will produce without having to use sprays, chemicals, not reliant on water. And there are so many research aspects that are happening right now that it's just going to be such an amazing crop to grow.